Breaking news this hour, former MPP and longtime Toronto City Councillor Giorgio Mammoliti has died. Mammoliti first became an NDP MPP in 1990 when he was just 28 years old. He lost his seat in 1995 and later successfully ran for City Council in North York. He remained in council until he lost his seat to Anthony Peruza in 2018. He unsuccessfully ran for mayor in 2023 and then in 2025 ran federally for the People's Party of Canada. Giorgio Mammoliti was 64 years old. And for more on the passing of Giorgio Mammoliti, we are joined live by Toronto Sun editor-in-chief Adrienne Batra. Adrienne, it's great to have you on with us today. Now, you have covered City Hall and politics for a number of years. You have seen Giorgio through his different eras. What was your initial reaction to the news today? This was quite sudden.
Well, good to be with you. Yes, it is very sad, and condolences to his family. My personal interaction with then Councillor Mammoliti came in 2010 when I was working for Rob Ford, the candidate, when he was running for mayor in 2010. Of course, Giorgio was also running for mayor in 2010, and then eventually came over to the Ford side to support him, and then ultimately was at City Hall in Rob Ford's executive. So that was my experience with him. And I know that there are a lot of great memories, some controversial memories of Councillor Mammoliti, and then Councillor Mammoliti. But he will be remembered for someone who was extremely hardworking, very thoughtful, sometimes controversial, ever evolving, and certainly someone who wasn't afraid of a fight, and which was evidenced by the constituents in Ward 7 re-electing him many times. And I think that Councillor Mammoliti left a long-lasting legacy at City Hall. A lot of people didn't agree with him, and certainly he did have some over-the-top suggestions. But ultimately, he was someone who worked very hard and in various capacities in which he served at City Hall, and in the executive in particular. And it's very sad to hear about his passing. He was always someone that wanted a political comeback, as you mentioned. Someone who ran for mayor of Wasaga Beach. He looked at running federally. So this is a really sad passing.
And now he was also known for his close relationship with Ford, Rob Ford, during that time. And given your time as press secretary for him, how would you describe their relationship and how he would navigate that?
Well, there's a lot of history between Rob Ford and Giorgio Mammoliti, and it was up and down, hot and cold when they were serving as councillors. But interestingly, there were some incidents, and I have no doubt you at CP24 have all the footage of when Councillor Mammoliti went and to go defend Rob Ford after someone said something very pejorative about him. So he was the first to defend him, but the two had a hot and cold relationship. And ultimately, when Rob did become mayor and Giorgio was serving in his administration, Councillor Mammoliti was the first one to defend the administration on decisions, sometimes controversial, and Mammoliti was the first one that would be talking to Rob about whatever the issue of the day was, what's going to happen at council meetings, what's going to happen on the floor in the chambers. So there was a very good friendship and bond that developed over that time, and I think that there would be. The two are meeting in heaven and going to have a good chuckle.
Yeah, and having covered him in City Council for quite some time and the stories that shaped the city, can you talk about the legacy he leaves behind?
Certainly. Well, the legacy for the constituents in Ward 7, I mean, you could talk to them and they will tell you that he was such a great champion for their community. Just even from as basic as making sure that the street and road repair was happening to community centers and development in his ward. So he certainly was at the constituency level a big champion. But he also thought bigger about the city. And again, sometimes controversial things, sometimes over the top stuff. But he thought bigger about the city of Toronto and the things that this city can accomplish and the things that we can do and bring here. It's really unfortunate that he's not going to be around to witness us hosting the World Cup. He would have loved that. But it is a legacy that will be remembered for compassion, sometimes controversial, but certainly very hardworking, and loved the city of Toronto.
Absolutely. He certainly leaves a mark and was one of a kind. Thank you so much, Adrienne. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you for having me.